Hi, this is Amber Phillips from Ohio Media School, and I have the pleasure of being next to Mr. Chuck Ealey. Thank you very much for talking to me today.
Very happy to be here. Thank you.
So, I want to start off asking, how did you get into football during that period of time?
Well, when I was growing up, we had, where I grew up, we had a lot of sports players there, basketball, baseball, football, and it was just a part of my life, just to play sport and be involved.
What drew you to football instead of the other sports?
Well, I think one of the things that would happen there was being able to play all of them. Basketball was my first love, but it worked out that I had a chance to play and get a scholarship through football, so I kind of focused on that and make sure that I had the opportunity to go to university and take advantage of the opportunity.
And is it correct in saying you went to the University of Toledo?
Yes, I went to University of Toledo, and it was a good experience for me and for what happened with me, and I'm very happy about it, not losing any games there.
What kept you motivated? Like, it is your statistics are insane. Like to end your high school and college career with no losses.
Yeah.
That's Superman level. But how did you stay motivated in that period of time? You were playing in the 60s or 70s?
Well, kind of late 60s and early 70s. I played 69 through 71 in the position at the University of Toledo. Yeah.
So how did you stay motivated during that with how the world was then? And you still, I found it so inspirational that you were in a time where the odds were against you and people are not allowing somebody that plays to that level to play because of, a color.
Yeah.
And staying motivated and defeating them and being better than all of them. Like, how did you get to that point? What kept you going?
Well, the big thing is I wanted to make sure that I could be me and play. And all I have to do is give it all I can give it all the time and all the best I can do. And I was in a point where I had not only to be able to play the game, but to lead other people along the way and take some of those confrontations of color and things out of the window and allow it to be just who we are as individuals.
I love it. What was the most rewarding part about playing football?
I think the most rewarding, important thing for me was to get my education. That was the real hope in what I was trying to do when I was growing up. Education became the key thing because I had a mother that didn't have a 8th grade education, and I wanted to do that, and the only way I could do that was sport, and football became the vehicle. So I was always motivated and driven to be able to do those type of things that had happened to me on the field. And I was fortunate and lucky in some days and games and things and have good teammates and people that would support you through the tough times and pick you up when you're down and score and help you in another way.
What was your preparation like when you were getting ready for a game? How would you train?
Well, I think most of the training has already been built in from the standpoint when you start way ahead of time in the summer before you get there. And then you start to understand how you eat and what you do and how you prepare yourself to get you ready to go in the game and to look in practice. When other people are finished and going away, I would spend a lot more time developing what I need to do, even in practice, not just a game, but during the time you were practicing, building off of that.
Thank you for that. What was the most challenging part about playing football or being in that world?
Well, I think the most challenging thing about it is I wasn't basketball. In other words, it's another sport.
Yeah.
And I changed it in the whole thing with whether it be basketball, baseball, or football, doing the right things to make you to be the best person you could possibly be on the field.
I love it. Well, thank you very much. And if you did not play football, what do you think that you would have been?
What I am doing now, just being me. I went into a lot of business. I do corporate speaking. I do some other things that basically, to some of those things that you learn, you give back. And I believe in undefeated spirit and an attitude that will allow me to conquer the things that I need to conquer there. So you just move from one position to another position and another job, another spring, and you take those things you've learned over the years and build on those things.
That's awesome. And my last question, do you have any words of advice for high school students that are trying to get into football?
Yeah, make sure you do the best you can to get there because you want to use those abilities to get yourself through university. You won't always be able to play sport the time, because physically that's those things that happen. Ask me about my knees, you know, those type of things. But you also have the mind and the brain to be able to have an impact on society and the other people around you with what you do.
Thank you.
You
All right. Well, I want to thank Chuck Ealey for joining me today. This is Amber Phillips, and we're from Ohio Media School. Thank you.